Thinking about moving to the South but can't decide between Charleston, South Carolina or Savannah, Georgia? Trust me, you're not alone. These two cities are some of the most sought after places to live in the Southeast, but each offers a very different experience.
And that's why in this video, we're gonna break down everything that you need to know so that you can decide which city is the best fit for you.
I'm John Condlin, a realtor here in Charleston, South Carolina.
And I'm Nicole Williams, a real estate agent here in the Savannah, Georgia area, and we help people just like you every single day relocate to these cities. Today, we're diving deep into the cost of living, jobs, lifestyle, neighborhoods, weather, and more.
And make sure to stick around at the end. We'll also share our pros and cons list for both cities. Let's start with one of the biggest questions. How much does it actually cost to live here? Because for a lot of people, budget is the deciding factor. Charleston is absolutely stunning, but it is also one of the more pricier cities in the South. The median home price in Charleston is around $550,000. And in highly sought after areas like Mount Pleasant, downtown, or along the beaches, expect to pay well into the millions. If you're renting a one-bedroom apartment downtown, that could cost you around $2,000 a month. And in suburban areas like Summerville or North Charleston, you're still looking around $1,500 per month.
Now, Savannah is definitely the more affordable option. The median home price here is around $375,000, and you can find plenty of homes just under $400,000 in great neighborhoods like Midtown, Georgetown, and even some of the suburbs of Savannah. If you're renting, you'll definitely get way more bang for your buck in Savannah. A one-bedroom right in the historic district downtown averages around $1,500 a month. And if you move just a little bit outside of downtown, you can find places for closer to $1,200. Okay, so let's talk job opportunities. If you are moving here for work, this is a very important factor. Savannah's largest industries include tourism, the Port of Savannah, and manufacturing. We have major employers here like Gulfstream Aerospace, which makes private jets, and the Port of Savannah, one of the busiest shipping hubs in the country. But if you're looking for more corporate jobs like finance or tech opportunities, Savannah doesn't have as many options as Charleston.
Charleston, on the other hand, has a more diverse economy. In addition to tourism and port jobs, we have a growing tech sector and a strong medical industry, and some major employers like Boeing and the Medical University of South Carolina. Charleston has actually earned the nickname Silicon Harbor because of its expanding tech startup scene. So if you're in IT or engineering, this could be a great city for you. If you're moving for lifestyle, both cities have a lot to offer, but they feel very different. Charleston is a beach town at heart. People here love spending time on the water, whether it's surfing at Folly Beach, paddleboarding on Shem Creek, or relaxing at Isle of Palms. And if you're a foodie, Charleston's restaurant scene is one of the best in the country, with amazing seafood, rooftop bars, and fine dining.
Savannah, on the other hand, is more walkable and has a big artsy and historic culture. The city is known for its live music, art markets, and small locally owned restaurants. If you love history, festivals, and a slower pace of life, Savannah is the perfect fit for you. Savannah's downtown is famous for River Street, Forsyth Park, and year-round festivals. But if you want to be near the beach, keep in mind that Tybee Island is only 25 minutes away, so it's not as close as Charleston beaches are. Savannah is more affordable overall, but we do have a lot of older historic homes. If you love the classic Southern charm, neighborhoods like Ardsley Park and the historic Victorian district have gorgeous 19th century homes with tree-lined streets. But since many homes are over 100 years old, some require updates and maintenance, so it's always something to keep in mind.
Charleston, on the other hand, has a wider variety of housing options. If you want a brand new home, areas like Summerville and Mount Pleasant have lots of new developments. For historic charm, downtown Charleston has stunning rainbow rose-style homes, but they come with million-dollar price tags. Now let's talk about the weather. Charleston has hot, humid summers where temperatures can reach the high 90s, and the humidity makes it feel even hotter. Winters, on the other hand, are pretty mild, rarely dropping below the 40s. But the biggest weather challenge here? Hurricanes and flooding. Since Charleston sits right on the coast, we're in a high-risk hurricane zone. And while we don't get hit every year, when a major storm does come through, it can mean mandatory evacuations, power outages, and even flood damage. Speaking of flooding, some areas, especially in downtown Charleston, are prone to heavy rain flooding, even during regular thunderstorms. If you're considering moving here, it's really important to check flood zones before buying a home.
Savannah's weather is very similar to Charleston's, with hot, humid summers and mild winters. But there's one key difference. We don't get hit by hurricanes as often. Savannah is located slightly further inland, so while we still get the tropical storms and heavy rain on the occasion, we tend to avoid the worst of direct hurricane hits compared to Charleston. That said, when a big storm does come, we still have to prepare for potential flooding and power outages. And one thing I always tell people, the bugs and humidity are no joke, so be prepared. The mosquitoes in the summer can be so brutal, especially if you live near marshy areas. So if you do move here, please invest in some bug spray.
All right, before we wrap up, let's do a quick pros and cons list for each city. First up, Charleston. We are closer to the beaches, so if you love the beach lifestyle, you're never far from the water. Charleston has a stronger job market. We have a more diverse economy with tech, medical, and corporate jobs. There's a larger food and entertainment scene here. Charleston is known for its world-class restaurants and nightlife. We have a rich history and architecture. If you love historic charm, Charleston has no shortage of beautiful buildings and landmarks. We have a higher cost of living. Housing prices are significantly more expensive here than in Savannah. There's a lot of tourists here, especially downtown and beach areas. They can get crowded, especially in the summer. We have more hurricane and flood risks. This area means higher insurance costs.
All right, now let's talk about Savannah's biggest pros and cons. To start off with the pros, we do have more affordable housing. A lower cost of living means you get more for your money. Highly walkable downtown. So Savannah's layout makes it super easy to get around without a car as long as you're in the heart of the city. We do also have a very strong sense of community, a smaller city feel with friendly locals and community events. Hurricane risk. Savannah is slightly more inland, reducing the frequency of direct hits. Now to go into some cons. We have fewer high-paying jobs. The job market isn't as strong as Charleston's, especially for corporate and tech careers. Smaller economy. While we are still very much growing, it's still limited in some of the industries. Summer and humidity. And bugs. If you don't like the heat, Savannah's summers can get super tough.
So which city is right for you? Well, it really depends on your lifestyle and priorities.
If you're looking for a more affordable city with some historic charm, great walkability, and a relaxed, artsy vibe, Savannah might be the best choice.
But if you're after beaches, a strong job market, and a more vibrant nightlife, then Charleston could be your perfect match.
We'd love to hear from you, so please drop a comment below and let us know, would you choose Charleston or Savannah?
And don't forget to like and subscribe, because next time we're diving into the top 10 neighborhoods in Charleston and Savannah.